Hello everyone and welcome to Global Outlook. We're going to take you around the world today, starting with the foundation whose reach extends to Africa and India. Later we'll bring the culture and fun of Korea right here to Houston, plus a well-fest for seniors in Southwest Houston, home to many underserved Asian and Hispanics. Our first guest is the founder and president and CEO of Ovarcome, a nonprofit that helps women overcome ovarian cancer and celebrate life. Runsi lost her mother to ovarian cancer in 2009, and that event inspired her to create Ovarcome. A graduate of Rice University with an MBA in strategy and marketing, Runsi is leading the organization to grow nationally and internationally. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell me, how does this particular nonprofit offer support that other cancer support groups might not offer?
So what is unique about Ovarcome? Before I say that, I would like to spend 2 minutes on our mission. So
yes.
Our mission at Ovarcome is to raise awareness on ovarian cancer among women worldwide, to fund research in search of a cure, and also to provide treatment support to underprivileged women here in the US as well as developing nations. Okay. So we are uniquely positioned as a nonprofit because not only do we offer a wide variety of programs and services, but we are also international in our outlook. We don't serve only here in the US. We also have several programs that we run in India as well as in Africa, and our programs typically are awareness workshops, educational outreach efforts, and we also have a treatment support program that we do in conjunction with 2 partner hospitals.
Runsi, do you find that women in India and women in Africa know much about ovarian cancer, or as much as, say, US women? Are we all ignorant, really, of the symptoms and signs?
Absolutely. So the answer is no, particularly in the areas that we serve in. For example, in Africa, we just recently did an outreach campaign, and we went in 14 villages, remote villages, where our volunteers were actually, handing out postcards and getting into remote homes and talking to women about the signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer. And they were obviously not very conversant with the disease, and so we feel like that's where our most impact is in terms of raising awareness on the disease. And so they started asking questions like, should we get all these kinds of symptoms, should we go to the hospital, to the doctor? And that is the kind of effect or impact we want to get to, because awareness on ovarian cancer is, like you said, it's
even in this country,
very minimal.
I don't think we're very aware of what symptoms are.
Exactly,
right?
Just because the symptoms are so vague and non-specific, by the time it is diagnosed, in 70% of the cases, the disease is widespread, and the 5-year survival rates have already dramatically dropped. So we want to stop that. We want to raise awareness so that women, at the first signs and symptoms that they get, that they can go to their doctor and get evaluated. And so,
what are the signs and symptoms? I'm sure
so
you battle them off.
Yes, and it is very, like I said, it's very vague and non-specific. It could be just indigestion. It could be bloating. It could be lower back pain. It could be just feeling lethargic and not very energetic, not having wanting to eat anything, or feeling too full too quickly. Okay. All these symptoms, as you can tell, these are very non-specific. It could happen to any woman, right? But the difference is, if it is consistent, if it is persistent for a few weeks or months, then you have to evaluate and go to a specialist and get a second opinion on that.
Or if you have more than one of those symptoms.
Yes, and make sure that there's nothing else going on.
Now, one of the things that you do in your organization I really like is called the Ovarcome package, or what? The Overcare.
Yes.
Overcare package. So, tell me what that is all about.
Sure. So Overcare package is our flagship program. That is a financial support package that we offer to underprivileged ovarian cancer patients. They are in active treatment. So the Overcare package is operational here in the US as well as in India. So the package in the US, it contains things like a gift, gas card, a grocery card, $200 cash grant, and then a spa certificate and a health restoration consultation by one of our advisory board members. The whole value of the package is about $850, and when underprivileged women, they go through something so severe and life-threatening as this, and they are struggling to meet their bills, this package comes in very handy to them.
It's solid support.
Yes, and exactly, and so we offer this support to women who are in active treatment at our 4 partner hospitals: MD Anderson, Memorial Hermann, St. Luke's Health, and the Methodist.
Is this one of the cornerstones of your foundation?
It is our flagship program, and then in India we run a similar Overcare program. The only difference is, being a developing nation, as you know, dollar can go a long way. So instead of providing lifestyle support in India, we actually provide chemotherapy support to these women.
Very nice.
So, and we do this in partnership with 2 major hospitals in India, where we essentially sponsor their first round or the second round chemotherapy when they meet our eligibility criteria.
Now, Runsi, ovarian cancer has a personal story for you.
Yes.
And that's what drives you in your work and drives your passion. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. So my mom got diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2008, and despite our best efforts with doctors and physicians and hospitals, her journey was short-lived, and so she passed away. She was in her early 60s when she passed away. So that left a very big hole in my life, and it was just after. Were
you the only daughter?
I am the only child.
You're
of
the
my
only
parents.
child, so you were very close to your mom.
I was very close to my mom, and it's one of those things that is just life transforming, and it just changed the direction of my life. And in her memory and with her inspiration, I started Ovarcome in 2012.
And you stopped all your other jobs. I know you had all this whole career.
I did.
Rice graduate, MBA, the whole thing. And what caused you to just say, "That's it. I'm putting this. I'm going to use all my knowledge and focus on this cause"?
This was, this was a calling of my heart, so to speak. So, like you said, I was following the 9 to 5, the career trajectory that everyone does after MBA school. But once I, witnessed this journey with my mother, it was just life transforming, and it just changed something within me.
Did she have the support that you offer to other women now?
She did. She did. Okay. However, just having gone through that experience, I just responded to my life's passion and purpose, and found it Ovarcome.
And today you're wearing a special ring. Can you show it to us?
Yes, I am.
It's beautiful, and that is from your.
That is from my mom. From your mom. This is one of her gifts, which I wear to every special event, every special occasion that I go to. And
now, how can we help Ovarcome? Those of us who are listening and want to do something for these women.
Absolutely. So there are several ways that you can volunteer with us, with your time, with your talent, with your resources. We have recently launched an Over Ambassador program, where we are calling out to women or even family spouses who are interested in spreading the word and raising awareness on ovarian cancer to work with us and go into their communities and talk to their friends and families. We will offer, we'll basically provide all the postcards and the brochures that we can to support. And
sort of a template for a campaign.
Yes,
pick the material and insert your local.
And we want some friends to help us volunteer and raise awareness and spread the message in the communities. And we are, like we are always looking for volunteers to help us. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but Ovarcome, up until now, it's a entirely volunteer-driven organization. None of the volunteers, including me, who work for Ovarcome, we don't draw a salary. Wow. It is our labor of love. So, and we are very happy doing it. And so, we would love participation from the community if someone is interested.
People can go on the website Ovarcome.
Absolutely, they can go to the website. OVAR. We have a Facebook page. We have a presence in Twitter. So, any social media channel you could go into and sign up and participate.
Very quickly, Runsi, tell me what are your goals for the near future for this organization?
Absolutely. So as far as our 3 to 5 year goals, we do want to expand on our Overcare program. So right now we provide, as I said, financial support, but we want to provide holistic support services to our patients. So my immediate goal in the next 12 months is to establish that support system where we are not only providing the financial support, but psychosocial support or diet guidance, or it could be
meditation.
It could be meditation. It could be helping the caregivers. So the caregivers, when they go through such an ordeal, it's difficult for them. So we want to establish a program for the caregiver so that we can. It could be as simple as providing them with a break to just go take a walk, or it could be something bigger like a family support group. So that's what we want to do, and obviously we want to expand our international efforts. Right now we are in Africa and India, but we would love to go other places as well and help out as many women as we possibly can.
Those are very ambitious goals.
Yes, they are ambitious goals.
But that's great. You have a vision and a mission.
Yes, we do, and I feel confident that we'll get there.
What's been the most rewarding part of it so far for you?
The most rewarding part is the recognition that Ovarcome has gotten so far, and the people that we have helped. So if you go to our website, you'll see testimonials of the patients who we have served through our Overcare program, and they love it, the support that they get from us, and just just serving the community,
Helping
the
real
people, the
who need
women,
help.
in raising awareness, and it feels like we have touched quite a few lives in the last couple of years.
Very good.
And that keeps me going.
Thank you so much, Runsi Sun, for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Coming up next, a citywide party featuring Korean culture from dance to music to art. Don't go away.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
The Korean Festival was created to unite the Korean community here in Houston and showcase the rich culture of Korea to Houstonians. From Korean dancers to Taekwondo masters, this is a festival you won't want to miss. And here to tell us more is Benjamin Shin, one of the leaders of the Korean American Society of Houston, or CASH, a nonprofit group of Korean Americans and like-minded young professionals fostering leadership and networking. Benjamin, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Mary, for having us.
Okay, so tell me about this party of the year.
Yes, so we're very excited. It'll be on October the 18th this year at the Discovery Green Park out here in downtown Houston.
Okay. You have expect what, 20 to 25,000 people?
Yeah, last year we had over 20,000 people. We're very excited.
Oh my
but
goodness.
Every year it's growing too.
So this is free and open to the public. Lots of food vendors, so you can buy your lunch or buy your dinner.
Right.
What are the hours?
We're open from 10 to 7 this year.
Okay. And tell me about some of the different things you'll have there.
So, of course,
Exhibits.
we will have great food. I
Okay.
mean, that's the biggest attraction, right? And
Okay.
then we do have our Kids Corner, which is always a great hit.
Okay.
And we'll have performances throughout the day. We'll, ranging from traditional folk dances, martial arts, taekwondo, and various dance crews.
Now
and
we have pictures of
musicians.
last year's festival. Let's take a look at some of that now. You can see just how exciting this festival is. But this is some sort of
This
performance?
was 2 years ago. This was actually by Kim Tae-woo, who was actually a Korean pop star.
Very
And
nice.
This is one of our traditional
That looks
cultural-
really fun, the drumming. Is that like taiko drumming or like the Japanese have, or slightly different? Not sure, but it looks good. Okay. This is the kids' corner?
Kids Corner, yep. As you can see, it's full of laughter and smiles. It's great, so be sure to bring out your
Very
kids and
nice.
family.
Okay. And food, of course, our
Food.
favorite.
Yeah.
So what are the good Korean restaurants in Houston, or will you get in trouble telling me?
Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
Okay, you have to give me some of your favorites so I can write it down. Okay, so this festival involves all of it. How do you invite someone like a pop star from Korea? I mean, where's the funding come from? Is it donations?
Of course, I mean,
or-
we're a nonprofit 501c3
Right.
organization, so we can't do any of this without our generous sponsors.
Okay.
Some of our, big name sponsors are the Houston area Hyundai dealers, Samsung, and now even
nice.
Korean Air, who's
Okay. Right. Very nice. Now, are you going to have some big names this year at the festival?
This year, our special guest and headliner is Dan Matthews, who's a very talented hip-hop artist, and he's actually an American adopted Korean who documented his entire reunion with his biological
Wow.
parents, which sort of fits into our theme of this year of Connect with Korea.
Very nice. Now, I was just saying that Matthews doesn't sound very Korean, but that's his.
Right.
He was adopted. He was
adopted.
born in Korea.
Yes.
And he had a documentary out about this
Oh
whole
yeah, and
connection thing.
it's a great story, and you can actually find it on YouTube. And it turns out
So
he
just put his
actually,
name down, right? I can find it. How do
Right.
you find his parents? Do you know?
Well, there's a
biological.
lot of organizations that help because there was a lot of Korean American adoptees, right?
Right.
But what's interesting about his story is he actually has a twin brother
my
and he
goodness.
is also a hip hop artist in Korea.
Really? So you have a hip hop artist, one twin in Korea and a hip hop
Right,
artist
one in
the
America.
States.
Right, the
Very
Ross brothers who came
interesting.
together. Yeah.
And they do it, have they learned each other's languages to do it in multiple languages or an international show?
I'm sure they're collaborating and probably going to put on a show here soon. So.
Okay, so let's talk about Korean food, which everybody likes. Tell me, what are your favorite foods? What do you like to eat? when you're
There's
on it?
great food. I mean, we have foods from, kimchi fried rice, spicy rice cakes, Korean marinated spare ribs, Korean shaved ice cream.
Korean, wait, what is that one? Korean shaved ice cream? What
Right,
is that?
it's sort of like your ice cream cone, except that, we have, it's
Is it like shaved ice?
shaved ice.
Like in Hawaii, the shaved
Right,
ice thing.
right.
And what do they pour on top?
Korean red beans and just a lot
Really?
of fruits and flavorings. And
So it's sweet and salty, depending
yes,
on what
yes.
you get.
It's
Yeah.
great. I highly recommend it.
I'm going to this festival. My kids will love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have demonstrations, of course, of the traditional martial arts, right?
Taekwondo.
Comes from Korea. Well, you have like modern Korean stuff too. Modern.
Right.
Well, you're the hip hop
So-
artists, of course, but
right. So
anything
we
else?
do have dance crews and also musicians, both local and abroad, and they always put on a great show.
So how do people get there?
Yeah, parking is always a little tough in downtown, but there's always Uber now, so that's great.
Right.
But it's at
Or take the bus and
Take the
walk,
bus, right,
or
Metro
the
rail.
train, yeah, okay.
Right.
But if you, it's easy to find Discovery Green, of course,
sure.
right there.
Right. I mean,
downtown by the
it's
Georgia-
right across the street from Georgia
Georgia
Brown
Brown,
Center, Toyota Center, the Hilton Americas. It's just a beautiful location.
Okay, and you do this every year. So if someone happens to miss this one, every year, so you're always in October, is that right? Do you start planning
October
it-
to November, yes.
October through November, when Houston has the nice, cool weather.
The nice weather, yes.
Okay. So, what's the history of CASH? Because you're part of the CASH, and CASH is one of the organizers, right?
Right. So CASH was formed in 2008 by just a small group of young professionals who was actually the history of it comes from one of our chairman, Randy Sim, who was part of a former organization, and he sort of felt like there was a need for the next Korean American generation to kind of take the lead, sort of the passing of the guard.
Right.
So through his guidance and the board, they kind of helped us organize and really put our good efforts into a great cause, which is, of course, to unite the Korean community,
Right.
and also to bring our cultural past to the greater part of Houston.
And does Houston have a very big Korean American community?
It's growing fast, yeah. Last time I checked, we're at 35,000, and we are growing.
You and your brother.
Yes.
No, 35,000 is a lot.
Right,
Yeah. All members of CASH Korean Americans, or can anybody join?
Nope. Anyone can join. In fact, more than 30% of our members are non-Korean, and that just comes to show that we are serving our missions.
That's great. What's the future? What do you have in store for CASH?
Always put on a great festival, bring out more people, to bring a more united Korean community, to have one strong voice in our greater part of Houston area. We're just really trying to grow as an organization. I mean, we're just a small group of young professionals.
It looks like a lot of fun. I went on your website.
Oh, it's a
I'm
lot of
too
fun.
old for that. You don't have an age thing, do you? Is
We don't have
that
an
just
age
20s
limit,
and
no.
30-year-olds? You can have like old people there too?
Yeah.
Tell me how CASH has helped you out in your career. What has it meant to you?
To me personally, it's mean a lot. I mean, coming from a family with both hardworking parents, I've always found myself in these community outreach programs growing up. So now that I'm a bit older and I'm a young professional myself, it's been an outlet for me to give back to the community, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Has it helped with your career?
This is yeah, of course. I mean, there are things you can.
Because you network informally
Right,
and
right.
make
I mean,
contacts.
there are certain skills you learn from these things that you just
Right.
can't learn anywhere else. I mean, like leadership skills and, just having, building relationships with mentors, and it's
Right.
just, it's very great.
That's great. Benjamin Shin, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Coming up next, another festival, this one to keep seniors healthy. More when we come back.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
Our cooler weather in the fall makes it an ideal time for outdoor festivals. And we have another one coming up that promotes healthy living for seniors. Here to tell us more is Dr. Victoria Lynn Bryant. Dr. Eileen. Dr. Eileen Bryant holds a Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Houston. She recently started Ambassador Foundation, dedicated to promoting the wellness and independence of seniors. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry for butchering your name.
That's okay, no problem.
Tell me about this festival you have going on.
Well, this is a wellness festival, and it promotes wellness and independence for seniors and their family.
Okay.
It's on the southwest side of Houston, so it targets the predominantly the Hispanic and Asian community out there.
Okay.
And so we will have 4 different areas during the festival.
Okay.
It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on November the 1st.
Okay.
So come early, but we will have games for kids. We'll also have a stage of entertainment from local, performers, as well as booths, different healthcare booths. Like you can get your blood pressure and your glucose check.
Okay.
You can also get your BMI, et cetera, vision check, as well as dental.
So a lot of health checks.
Yes,
free,
health checks
all free.
And
And dental check too? They'll do a
dental
quick-
check as
Nice.
well.
Okay.
And we also have 3 classes that we'll have for seniors and their families on the 3 hot topics of healthcare, which is Medicare Advantage plans,
Okay.
Obamacare, or they call it Affordable Care Act,
Right.
as well as just Medicare in general and Social Security.
Okay. And how all that works and what you need for supplemental.
Yes,
It's very
and it will be
complicated.
translated. It will be in English, but translated. We will have 2 translators, one in Spanish and one in Vietnamese simultaneously.
Oh, that's great. This is
Yes.
a global festival then,
Yes.
right? It's really nice. 3 languages. I think this
3
is the
languages.
only festival that's, where things are
Yes,
translated.
but
in
we
3
want this
languages.
information to get out there because of the demographics of the community.
Now, if you're a healthy senior, should you still go? Or just people who have
Yes,
health
because it's
issues?
just fun.
Okay.
It's fun to be there, and even, just like myself, even though I'm healthy, I don't know what my blood pressure is.
Right.
So sometimes at these festivals, you find out things that you wouldn't normally
You can follow
know.
up later.
Yes, definitely.
And this is the 2nd year you've had this festival, is that right?
Yes, we have done it in the mainstream, but now we wanted to take it to the ethnic community, and
very
so
nice.
that's the reason for this area of town.
Now, Victoria, your focus, your real career is home health agency.
Home care,
Home
yes.
care, right, for seniors and
Yes, we
disabled.
provide private duty one-on-one care to seniors wherever they call home. So if they need someone while, if family's not around and they need someone in the hospital, we're there, as well as at home, needing that extra help, extra helping hand, to cook or clean or even to go get medications.
Right.
As you know, if someone comes out of the hospital, they're more prevalent to going back into the hospital. So our service will help to decrease that amount.
And you recently started a foundation called
Yes.
Ambassador. What is it called? Ambassador.
Ambassador Foundation.
Okay. And what is the purpose of that?
The purpose is to promote wellness and independence for seniors. And the real reason why we did it is, number 1, to give back,
Right.
but to also, this is a population where a lot of people forget. This is, we idolize teenagers and
We worship
the
youth and
models
beauty,
and
yes,
yes,
yeah.
but
And we sort of
we
shuffle
forget.
aside
We
the
forget
other way.
about our seniors and the things that they can do, and they come with so much experience.
And you were saying earlier that the highest suicide rate is
Yes.
among seniors who are 85 years
Yes.
old and older.
85, highest
Right.
rate is 85 and older, but 65 and older, there's a lot of depression as well. And so we, working in the industry for a long time, it's sad for me.
Right.
And when I get to that point, I don't want people to forget me.
Right,
So,
right.
so this is a way for us to give back.
And how do you change our concept of elderly here? Is that you trying to do that with the foundation too, where we don't see them as just old people,
No.
but as people who are really integrated into our society? Because in the Asian society, we
Yes.
respect the elders, and
Yes.
there's ancestor worship in some countries,
Yes,
right? They actually
yes.
worship the ancestors.
That's
and
correct.
Here, we it's like
We forget.
Yeah.
We forget about mom and dad and what mom and dad did for us.
Or grandma and
grandpa. We forget about them. And we forget that they can still have fun. They can still date.
right.
You know.
Match.com.
Right? And they love to travel. They love to learn new things. And they're so experienced, so well versed in all areas of life. And we forget to come to them, or and see what those experiences are and learn from them.
I'm curious, what caused you to become so interested in seniors and senior activities?
I've done that my whole life, since graduating from pharmacy school. I've worked at the VA.
I mean, did you have like a beloved grandmother or grandfather that inspired you, or is just you just like being around seniors and helping them?
Yes, well, my mom, she lives with me, and I think she takes care of me more than I take care of her.
Is she how old is she?
She is 64.
Okay, she's still young.
She's very young, but my father's not here. So like you said, in the Asian community, we really respect our elders.
Right.
And so I want to take care of her, and so that's how it got started.
So you want to make sure she has a fulfilling, healthy life as she gets
travels.
older.
She is very active. She drives. I mean, she does everything. She's learning to knit. She'll knit boots for me, shoes.
Oh, I've been trying to learn how to knit. I can't get beyond the scarf
I mean,
stage.
and she learns it off of YouTube.
Wow, good for
So
her.
one of the best investment,
great.
one of the best investments I think I made was to buy her an iPad. So
And she goes to iPad classes.
no,
I have an
she
85-year-old babysitter who does.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great. Well, it's wonderful what you're doing for the elderly and seniors. And the festival's coming up again. It's
Yes.
free, open to the public, whether you're
Free
old or
and
young.
open. It doesn't matter. We have things for everyone.
Okay.
So come on out. We'd love to have everyone.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for
Thank you.
being with us. That's all for this edition of Global Outlook. Join us every Friday and Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m., plus Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm Mary Sitt. Thanks for joining us.